The Vivo X from Blu showed up out of nowhere claiming flagship level specs at budget shopper pricing. I picked mine up on sale for $199, but they usually go for $250. Is this the new king of struggle phones, or is it a paper champ that falls flat on his face? What's good, folks? It's your boy Dookie, here to help you get the most bang for your tech dollars. Blu has been doing their best to flood the market with cheap devices over the last few years. The Vivo X brings a lot of modern phone features with a few setbacks that make it a confusing device for me. Spec-wise, it boasts a 6-inch screen with 18:9 aspect ratio and slim bezels, giving it a comparable screen body to ratio with the Galaxy S8. The included MediaTek Helio P25 is a 2.6 GHz octa-core chip that is paired up with 4 GB of RAM, which will allow you to easily flow in and out of apps. It's packing a whopping 4010 mAh battery, which makes this an all-day monster. Also, the Vivo X is swinging for the fences with one of the most impressive collections of cameras on the phone, not only for the price, but for any budget range. On the back, you get the new industry standard of dual 13 megapixel and 5 megapixel cameras with the ability to do a portrait mode effect. Surprisingly, the cameras on the front are even better. Rocking an astonishing 20 megapixel and 8 megapixel front shooter with included front flash makes it a selfie beast. Or does it? We'll get to that later. If you want to check out what comes in the box, make sure you watch my unboxing to find out why I'm rocking this rather unique looking case. Like I said before, on paper, the Vivo X is a certified smash. But what happens in the real world when you use it as your daily driver? Well, let's talk about that screen. For the most part, images look fine. The colors are clean, and the 18:9 aspect ratio with all those curves makes videos more immersive. But with this 720p resolution and 268 ppi, the images are nowhere near as sharp as you would like. If you use your phone constantly to watch videos or play games, you might want to take that into consideration. The phone speaker is bottom firing, but it gets pretty loud when listening to music and playing games. Speaking of games, I can honestly say I was pretty impressed with the Vivo X's ability to keep up in a wide variety of titles. Playing highly intensive titles like Hero Hunters and War Wings would introduce a slight hiccup in lag, but in the end were still enjoyable. You'll have no problem with your more standard Android games. Battery-wise, this device blows me away in its ability to make it through the day. Sadly, you don't get USB-C, which is some bull when other budget devices have it. I have USB-C chargers at most of my important places, so I can only really charge this at night when I go to bed. And let me say, I haven't worried about it once. With that beefy battery and a screen that only boasts 720p, this thing sips power at an efficient rate. After a full day of social media, watching videos, gaming, and taking pictures, I can always make it with at least 20% left. Speaking of taking pictures, this, my friends, is where the Vivo X holds its biggest L. When you get past the paper specs and big claims, you realize that none of these 4 cameras are actually any good. In standard budget Android form, you get a lot of options that really seem fun. There are modes like time-lapse, GIF, mood, and even slow motion that are all nice to have. Coming from a Nexus device, these options are cute, but I'd rather have the simple ability to take great images. In great lighting, the pictures are adequate. In photo mode, having dual cameras allows you the ability to punch in to a 2x zoom without losing much quality. The quality of the pictures, though, leaves you just wanting more. I would notice that images on the screen would look sharp and crisp, but once I actually snapped the shot, they would come out soft and lacking detail. Toggling settings in the Pro mode really did nothing to improve the images I could get. The bokeh mode was again cute, but never produced anything close to portrait modes on much better phones. The images just felt soft, washed out, and overall unappealing. The 2 selfie cameras sound like a great idea, but again, they just don't live up to the hype. I found it incredibly tough to get a shot that was IG ready. Now the wide angle is a winner. If you're looking to do group shots and want to get everyone in, that's definitely the way to go. Strangely though, the color temps were so off. The standard angle shots were all warm and tint, while the wide angle shots were all so cold and they felt blue. The included flash does help a bit in low light scenarios, and it also has a unique ability to adjust the flash strength. But then again, you'll just find yourself not wanting to take a selfie because it just won't come out right. Videos, on the other hand, are not bad at all. The ability to switch to the wide angle on the front will make this great for vlogging, and at 1080p the video from the back is solid. It gets the job done. What's good, folks? It's your boy Dookie. This is video from the front facing camera with the close angle selected. This is video from the front angles camera with the wide angle selected. This is video from the back camera. Let me know what you think down below in the comments. In the end, this is why I say this device is conflicting for me. I love the battery life and the ability to go all day without worrying about a charge. Even when you do have to give it a boost, the included quick charge works pretty well. The 4 gigs of RAM give you the ability to multitask and jump back and forth between apps with ease. And the included 64 gigabytes of storage with the ability to use an SD card give you the option to fill this up with all the content you like. I've noticed very few hitches when navigating with this phone. But as someone who really enjoys the stock Android experience, the skin on here leaves a little bit to be desired. Also, I'm not a fan of the swipe up to get to your quick settings that Blu seems to really like on their phones. Sadly, it just comes down to the cameras on this phone. I feel that the quad cam setup is the big selling point as to why you would pick this device over others at the same price or even cheaper, like the Honor 7X or the Huawei MA1, which I will be swapping out this phone for. After spending more time with the camera, it really feels less of a hardware issue and more of the software holding it back. Maybe that's something Blu can address with an update. Other than that 720p screen holding it back, I feel with some updates, this could be one of the top budget devices of the year. As for now, it just comes up short.